And hopefully that is indeed the last Minotaur in the game, because that fight is boring shit. But now we get to do the exciting process of running all the way back to Alpsius, and then he'll hammer it into a rune, and then presumably we will come back here to whatever her name is, Serena, because we know from the time I accidentally switched to her too early that she needs some sort of rune to get through the door. But I have to go all the way to Hephaestus and all the way back. Finally, the last Minotaur heart. I can forge the rune of Mnemosyne from it. Here you go. I would check the seas for the path to Mnemosyne's lair, Hercules. Yeah, I think I already know exactly where it is. And now we just immediately turn around and go back the way we came, because that's exciting! But I'm going to stop here for now. Also, I actually discovered how the weird sound volume bug works. Now, initially I was confused because, as you can see, I just hit start from the opening splash screen. The console has been turned off. It's a different day, so this is from a fresh boot. And you'll note, with it being on file 1 here, it's showing the sound effects all the way up and the music 4 notches down. So that seems to imply that it saves your volume settings in your save file. But the weird thing is, the game is insanely quiet at the moment. So it does not actually, although it shows the volume settings there, it does not actually apply them. But then you'll note, if I scroll down to file 2, oh look, the volume settings are much lower. That's the actual defaults, with the sound effects about halfway and music well below half, as is what shows on file 3. So clearly, it does save your volume settings in your individual save file, and so each player can have different volume settings, which is actually a very interesting idea. I like that the settings are saved to the individual file. It means each player could have their own preferences, which is kind of cool. The problem is it's not implemented correctly, because you'll note on 2 and 3 here, it's showing the settings lower, but the sound didn't actually get quieter. Now when I scroll back to 1, suddenly it gets way louder. So it does save your volume settings, but it doesn't actually apply them immediately. The only way you can make them then apply is to scroll to a different file and then back, and then they apply. So there is my full bug report. Again, it's like 26 years too late, but whatever. Also, I just realized I'm not allowed to jump indoors. Huh. I guess Herc's being polite. He doesn't want to be rowdy and jump around indoors. Yeah, it's not like my button broke. Also, there's something pulling on my N64 cord. Oh, and it's my fucking Dreamcast cord. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I have too many fucking controllers out here. God, these jumps make me so uncomfortable. Okay, a little more space. Yep. Oh god, the camera rotated because I bumped the wall. What's the point of a camera lock that doesn't actually lock? Why would you do that to me, you fools? So she should be in here. And she explains her controls again, which I really don't need. Okay, onward. And this is where we do the really awkward sniping from a distance thing, because her lock-on controls are the most insane thing I've ever seen in a video game. And of course, the hitboxes are incredibly picky. As long established. I'm gonna skip through all this. You've seen this now, because I was here weirdly early. How the fuck did that not hit it? Holy shit. Well, I didn't get a good look at these things last time I was here. Their faces are remarkably terrifying, actually. Which I suppose they should be. They're harpies or whatever, but... Good God. It's good to look at that face. Holy shit, look at that thing. Wow. Yeah, that's the first time I gotten close to these. The other time I did this section, I shot them from really far away. Whew. I'm actually kind of glad I got a good look at that. Oh yeah, now I'm allowed in there. Okay. And on that glorious day, I, Zeus, banished the Titans from Gaia and imprisoned the Titan Mnemosyne in this chamber. By the way, please do not break the seal on the chamber door. Love, Zeus. If you can read this, you're probably too late. Oops. And we just hard cut to a boss fight, I guess. I wasn't expecting that. I was actually expecting and kind of hoping for a little bit of a dungeon. Something a little more... Oh, shit. But he's definitely properly evil looking. Yeah. Okay, first thing that stands out to me is the very obvious targets on the walls. I think I'm supposed to think of shooting him, but clearly... I don't think I am supposed to shoot him because he doesn't actually have a targeting reticle. He doesn't have the little arrow for lock-on. So I think I'm supposed to shoot the targets on the walls instead. And the problem is, I don't actually know how to do that. Okay, here I'm lined up with one. Run. I think that was slightly too low. So the gauge, I guess my indicator that I'm lined up with one is the gauge does appear. Oh shit. I'm not lined up. Okay, yep. So if you're looking at the gauge on the right there, below the ready icon, it's empty. You can tell I'm lined up with one. Right there, it appeared. That's because I was lined up with one of the targets. But it doesn't seem to happen on all of them. Maybe I have to do them in a specific order? Alright, do your flame. Do your flame. When he throws a rock, I think that has the longer gap. Come on, throw a boulder. Yes, there we go. Okay, through that, go over here, slightly higher than the gauge. Beautiful, got that. Very clear effect that it hit, so yeah, I was slightly low before. So which one's next? Wait, isn't that the one I just hit? Why is it showing me is able to... Huh. Oh, wait, it's got a health bar below my bar. Do I have to hit each one of these multiple times? This is gonna take all fucking day. Wait, why would I have to hit each one more than once? There's so many of them. Holy shit. Oh, come on, dude, just throw a rock. I'm tired of this crap. There we go. Throw your fucking rock. Uh-huh. Okay, and then it falls off. Oh, yes, I do have to hit each one more than once. Oh, dear God, this is gonna take all day. And weirdly, my aiming gauge is not appearing on any of the others. So maybe I don't have to do them all in order. Oh, wait, here we go. This one does. And I blew that. Way too high on that one. A little too high on that one. Hey, at least I can't run out of arrows. And holy fuck, yeah, I do have to hit each one of these 3 fucking times. Oh dear God, I'm dead inside already and we've only just begun. And it's so touchy. Like, you have to be to the exact pixel on your aiming gauge. Shit. This isn't actually going very well. And I have a long way to go. There we go. That's 2 down. Oh, that one actually attacked him. Oh, because it's on pipes. Oh, okay. Well, the first one didn't do anything to the guy. So now some sections of pipe have turned blue, I guess to indicate there's water flowing through them. See, I wasn't going off of any logic in terms of the order I did these in. I was just doing it based on which one showed the targeting gauge. Okay, that's one hit. And imagine trying to do this if you had a worn-out analog stick. Oh my God. This is fiddly as fuck to me, and I have a brand new, super nice Hall effect joystick in here. That's extremely precise and not soupy at all. If you had like a loosey-goosey old flaccid original OEM stick from 25 years ago, getting that fucking level gauge on the right to exactly the right spot would be nearly impossible, honestly. See, and that one didn't do anything. So maybe only every other one sprays water on him? Like maybe it's the ones behind paintings? Or in front of paintings, I suppose. Oh, okay. You do just have enough time for 2 attacks. And again, indeed, that one sprayed water. Man. This fight is so long. This would be long enough, even if I only had to shoot each one of these once. There we go, there we go. Yep, throw that. Okay. That's 1 hit. Oh, God. 2 hits? Is that 3? Ooh, 3. Excellent. Okay. So, that one's next. Yeah, we're just going clockwise. This boss does look cool, though. It's a little disappointing he's completely stuck in place. That undermines his threateningness a little bit. Because it's like, oh, I could just leave this room and that guy would be powerless to do anything about it. Because he can only exist in his little kiddie pool of lava. Which does make him very much not a problem. Because the jurisdiction of his little kiddie pool of lava is not particularly large. Alright, 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 my shot. Get on, come on, 2. 3? Can I get all 3 in? Oh, fuck. No, they were all slightly too low, even though I was on the right pixel on the gauge. Oh, that's annoying. That one was slightly too high and it's gonna hit. Okay, so the targeting gauge is just wrong. I gotta go slightly high. Actually, I was dead on, which is wrong. I'm trying to go slightly high. There we go. That was too high. Oh, this is fucking obnoxious. There we go. And yeah, you do have to be high on the gauge. That makes no sense at all. The whole purpose of the gauge is to tell me how to aim, and it's fucking calibrated wrong. Throw your rock. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, okay. Come on, come on, come on. Let me do this. Let me do this. Please, I don't want to do this fight anymore. Oh, no, slightly too high. One more. Oh, yes. Do the rock attack. There's my opening. That's way too high. Damn it. Did I get it? Oh, I got it. Get doused, bitch. Go back where you came, Titan. Sinking back into the fiery pit from which it emerged, the Titan Mnemosyne is sent back to its eternal slumber. Well, it can't be sent back to its eternal slumber because it wasn't eternal the first time. Because it came back to fight me. Taking a cue from Hercules, the Golden Hind retrieves the... A hind, D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here? Retrieves the heart of the Mnemosyne from the searing lava. Wow, that was really stupid even for me. Her relief is apparent as the pit doors are sealed once more. Trapping the Titan back into its scorching prison. Oh my god, I spawned right on the harpies. Hold on. Ah. My hands were not free to operate the controls there because I was opening a delicious Pepsi. Now I can react to the harpies, which means I need to fucking run because holy crap, I'm actually still at low health. I forgot about that. Oh god, no, don't do this to me, harpies. No. God. The crosshair's right on him, it should fucking count. What is this crap? I mean, at least I can't run out of arrows, but still. A better idea that would be that this mechanic should actually be fun and not irritating. Generally speaking is good advice for video games. You know, you want your mechanics to be fun and not irritating. That's the kind of hard-hitting commentary people come to my videos for. All 3 of them. Because nobody watches this crap. And I don't blame them, honestly. I'll take care of this side of the path. Oh, he doesn't even comment on, like, thanks for killing the Titan, thanks for the heart. So now we get to go all the way back to Alpsius again. Never get tired of this trip, which would be fine if we had a fast travel, like, I don't know, a song we could play on our ocarina or whatever to teleport there. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, yeah. Triple kill! Also, I just lost audio for some reason. That's a bit strange. Give me a sec. It's not an issue with my interface because I am getting levels on my microphone here. So I haven't like lost clock sync or anything. Maybe it's just the game itself. I am going to unplug and replug the AV connector on the back of the N64. If that doesn't solve it, I'm gonna have to reset, I think. Well, that did not do it. Well, I did just save. Well, now I have sound. Yeah, we clearly have sound now, and I never did lose my mic. See, I was worried when the sound just died that like my interface just crapped out, which would have pissed me off because it's not very cheap. It's not an expensive one either, but it's not cheap. So my setup here is a little strange. The game audio, I have the RCA outs from the AV cable. It's an Insurrection Industries S-Video cable. So the S-Video is going into a RetroTink 2X Pro, and that's what you're seeing. That RetroTink 2X Pro's output is going into an Elgato HD60S Plus, which is then connected to my computer via USB-C. Now, the audio is not going into the RetroTink because I don't trust its audio hardware. It might be fine, I've just never used it. So the left and right RCA jacks from the Insurrection Industries cable coming out of the N64, those are just going into like a 15-foot RCA extension cable, female to male. That is then hooking to the line level inputs on my interface. The interface is then sending SPDIF over coaxial back across the room to my Yamaha receiver. And then the recording software I'm using, it's taking video from the Elgato, but audio from the interface, because the Elgato's not receiving any audio, because it's not going through the RetroTink, it's not going through HDMI. The fact that I lost audio, but not video, made me think my interface had just died. But clearly it didn't, because the audio's fine now. That was just a weird glitch in-game, I guess, where just for some reason the audio output of the game completely died. Which has not happened to me yet, and I've actually played quite a bit of this game. Like, we're several hours into this, and that hadn't happened yet. Oh, and then the game just froze. Well, we're having all kinds of problems today, aren't we? I guess it's because there were too many enemies on screen, I don't know, but yeah, the game just straight up blocked up. So now I gotta get up and hit reset again. Oh, the joys of actual hardware. My god, this is exciting. Gotta wait for this title screen. You actually can't skip this title screen by hammering start. Start does not work until the Hercules title has landed completely in place. Then we have to scroll down to a different save and back to get our sound settings. There's all kinds of jankiness going on here. So yeah, like, as I was describing my terrifying sound setup. So like I said, the audio from the console is going through a 15-foot extension cord to the analog line level inputs of an interface, which is then coming back to my receiver as coaxial SPDIF digital. But then, where's my voice going? Oh, see my voice. And that's a different situation. I got a microphone, obviously. So my microphone is actually going to my Sound Devices 702, which is to my right here. And then it's sending the now preamplified signal as a line level signal through the TA3 out. So I have a TA3 to XLR. TA3 is a mini XLR. Damn it, just open the door. Open the door. Why is the pickup on the door so small? So I have the mini XLR to XLR adapter and then an XLR to TRS cable because the line level inputs on the interface are not XLR, they're TRS, which is not the same thing as quarter inch because standard quarter inch is TS, tip sleeve. We're talking TRS, which has the extra ring on it, tip ring sleeve, because that's balanced. It has the extra connector that XLR has. So there's all fucking kinds of cables going all over the place. And so when you have a problem like that, it's actually not immediately apparent what the problem was. But in this particular case, it turned out to be the game itself. Ah, the heart of Mnemosyne. From this, I can forge the Medallion of Zeus. Here you go. Make haste to Olympus, young one. Oh. Oh, that's the last town medallion. But I guess, yeah. See, I kept waiting, when are we going to go to a new town? I guess we don't go to a new town. We turned that heart into a medallion, which is weird because all of the other hearts turned into runes. Why would this heart, which in the menu looks like the other hearts, actually be turned into something else entirely? Seems a little strange. Now what we do is we take that to the Garden of Shrines, or whatever it was called. I went there when I had like 3 medallions, so some of them should already be in place. This is a shame. I will say the game world feels very small. You'll note there actually haven't been that many locations, and we keep going back and forth between locations. In fact, we've gone back and forth between Alpsius and Thrace many, many times, which is a little disappointing. I'm kind of annoyed how many times we've had to trudge through this particular mountain pass here just to go back to the guy so that he'll forge a heart into something just so we can immediately leave. And now we're going yet again back to Thrace. And then we'll go back to the Garden of Shrines, which for me is going back because I went there earlier, but theoretically this could be the first time you're going to the Garden of Shrines because you don't need to go there until you have all the medallions. All right, I placed that one, I placed this one, I placed that one. From what I recall, the one that needed the crate was Zeus. So we just got that one. I must have to activate the other shrines before I can activate this one. Ooh, I guess that makes sense. It's the most important. The Shrine of Demeter has been activated. The Shrine of Persephone has been activated. The Shrine of Zeus has been activated. I do actually really like the effect of those activating. Those lightning bolts actually look pretty good. Oh, and then I guess it's a teleport pad? Oh. Oh, shit. Now I guess we're doing a sequence of teleporters? Ooh. And we have the main menu music. I suppose it looks reasonably grand. So what do we have here? We have some statues. Is there anything behind them? No, of course not. Is this a teleporter, or am I going to talk to somebody? Oh, no, it's a teleporter. We have a gemstone here. Do I take this? I can probably use this sun yellow gem somewhere else on the island. Okay, guess we're going to have an exciting sequence of puzzles here. And yes, we have little sliders here. They can go either forward or back. Doesn't appear to be any sort of legend for them, but there is a finite number of potential positions. I'm just gonna go tallest to shortest, I suppose. It's the first one to try. I didn't do anything, so let's do all the way up. Oh wait. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well. This is one of those things where you just futz with it till it works. There's no real logic to it. Ooh, frame rate's not amazing here. I do like that the camera booms up and looks down when you lock the camera like that. Since it looks downward, so you can actually get a good look at the walkway you're on. That works reasonably well. Another gem! This time it's as blue as the sky. Actually, it's much bluer than the sky, because it's sort of an intense, deeper blue, not a pale sky. Well, normally, anyway. Yeah, I guess you're right, the sky is not actually really blue here. So we have a little waterfall here that just perpetually falls into oblivion. A little shrub. I don't actually know what I'm doing here, to be honest. Oh, here's another gem. Yet another gem! This one is as green as the fields of my homeland. Don't get poetic on me, Herc. Ooh. A shaft of light. Can't see where I'm going. Another gem. Ah, how the light glints off the fiery surface of this magnificent gem. Wow, he's gotten really magniloquent all of a sudden. That's the slidey puzzle. Is there anything else out here? Oh, hey, it's you. Why are you here? I sense a growing evil, Hercules. I wish to investigate this problem further. Would you like me to take over from here? No, I probably need to get the rest of the gems first. There's a bust here I can kick around. Why would I need to? Oh, because it opens a hole. And that teleports me to... actually where I already was. Yeah, that's exactly where I was. Oh no, this is a different spot. Okay, everything just looks the same. There are 1, 2... yeah, there are 4 spots for gems, I guess. Some evil force seems to be keeping these pedestals from being activated. Perhaps I can get the Golden Hind to help me with the dragon. What dragon? What? If I'm gonna have to fight a dragon with her terrible aiming mechanics, I might rage quit. I never went over here, I don't think. It's just a fountain, though. I don't think there's anything actually here. No, it is just a fountain. Spewing out, liquid cotton candy? I don't know, that's clearly not water. It's way too pinky and peachy and colorful. Maybe it's you know, those gummy peachy rings? Maybe it's a liquid form of those. That actually sounds kind of delicious. All right, Golden Hind D, let's go take care of this. Apparently there's a dragon, because the sequence broken dialogue totally spoiled that for me. I don't think she can fit down this hole. Oh, she can. Okay. So do I just go up top? You'd think a dragon would be hard to miss. I can't do anything with this. Perhaps Hercules has something that may affect it. Yeah. He's got the gems, but they're not raised, so... I have an appointment with a certain so-called dragon. Oh, that's a teleporter now. Okay. And we just hard cut to a completely barren arena. Alright. He's doing a swooping run. Oh, fucking hell, the camera's freaking out. Oh. God. See, I didn't even know where he was because the camera freaked out. It's because I was holding Z to lock the view so I could dodge this thing's strafing run. But the problem is with her, when you're holding Z and something's targetable, it, like I said earlier, it toggles rapidly between targeting and untargeting. But I'm just going to use the aimed view because, ooh, the frame rate here is amazing when you're just looking at the sky, because it's obviously not rendering anything. Because this is the only way there's no travel time. So I don't have to lead the target or anything, it just works. And then we run while he does this little strafing run. While the audio is on completely the wrong side, because it always is. And then we shoot him right up the pooper several times, and thus, he dies. When you're hot, you're hot. That's a complete non sequitur, but okay. Using her deadly archery skills and terrible non sequitur quips, the Golden Hind D has vanquished the vicious fire-breathing dragon. Oh, and that's it. I was expecting a little more of an interlude there. Very loud sound effect there. Who needs mixing? Just make the sound come out randomly. Doesn't need to be in the right place, doesn't need to be the right volume, fuck it. Alright, let's head back to Herc. I killed the dragon, and it was the easiest boss in the entire game by several orders of magnitude. The path to my rather ambitious brother is finally clear. Yeah, see, I knew we were going after Ares, but nobody ever mentioned a dragon, I don't think. I don't remember a dragon ever being mentioned, so it's very strange that everybody acted like that was a known thing we were going to be facing. Also, if this is the end of the game, which I'm actually getting the impression that it is, I probably should have bought a bunch more potions. I have 900 bucks. That being said, I still haven't actually used one in combat. I must need to place one of the gems on this pedestal. Yeah, so now we get to do this futzing with the inventory thing again. Let's pick the amber one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Let me try placing the yellow gem here. This is such a non-puzzle, though. Like, there's no thought to it. It doesn't involve, like, a riddle. I mean, imagine if there was some sort of... If we walked up to this pool here, and there was, like, I don't know, a tapestry depicting some sort of image, or even just, like, a plinth with writing on it that we could read. Also, actually, that texture detailing the stuff around the pool here. It's pretty detailed when you zoom in on it. As is that texture there. Yeah, I will say the textures in this game consistently aren't too bad. But there was like a pedestal here with like writing on it and we could read it, and it gave us some sort of riddle about what order to put the gems in, you know, something about, you know, the sky and then the fire, and like if it had a metaphor for each of the colors. And then we read this riddle was written with these metaphors, and we had to ascertain some sort of order from that. See, that would be an actual puzzle. Here, it's just equip a gem, and then click on each pedestal till you find which one it actually goes on, and then you're good. And there's no penalty for doing it in the wrong order, there's no reason it has to be in the right order. It's just, we picked up 4 gems, which themselves didn't have to be picked up in a specific order, nor was there any sort of challenge we had to complete in order to get them. We just walked up to each one and picked it up. And then here, we just walk up to each pedestal and put a gem down. There is no puzzle here, we're just moving a thing from point A to point B, but there's no actual rationale behind it. Generally, a puzzle should have some sort of rationale, but a gateway opened. Does this just hard cut me to the final boss? Off to see my treacherous brother at last. I guess we just hard cut to the final boss? Oh my god, we do, and he's already running at me. Okay, well, I'm gonna look around the room. There appear to be mirrors. I think that's what those are. Are there mirrors or portals or something? There are some barrels here, so apparently I will have some capacity to heal. And we didn't even get a single line of dialogue from him. He didn't, you know, Herc didn't come in here and say, "Die, monster, you don't belong in this world." We didn't get anything. We just hard cut to him chasing me. That's so underwhelming and anticlimactic. I don't know, you tell me. Which do you think is a more effective introduction of a final boss? This? Or just hard cutting through the History Channel logo to him already running at me with no introduction of any kind. No scene, no villain speech, nothing. For that matter, every boss in Ocarina of Time gets an introduction, and none of them do in this game. It's cinematically naff. This is where I could cut in the scene where you first see Ganondorf when you climb his castle. And he's like playing the organ, and Zelda is like trapped in the crystal, and it's like cinematic and cool, and he seems really imposing. We don't just hard cut to him running at me. I mean, look at this shit. Oh, God. Okay, well, I don't have any sort of tactic for him other than, I guess, just punch him a lot. So I'm just gonna circle around and punch. Oh, he can be dazed. Do I throw them at the mirrors? What relevance do these have? No. The mirrors have to be relevant to something. I'm wondering if, just to pad this fight out, they're gonna do something like, I have to drain his health, and then while his health is all the way empty, break one of these mirror-looking things, at which point he regenerates, and I have to drain it again, and then break the next one. I have a feeling we might be doing something like that. Also, I just noticed the throw does damage when you throw them and not when they land. That's a bit strange. This music is not very epic. This is like this is the climactic confrontation, isn't it? This sounds more like the music that would play while he's doing his preamble villain speech. Ah, Herc, so you're here at last. Finally we can face each other, you know, that kind of shit. This is the music you would play during that, because it's ominous sounding, but it's not tense. It's not, Oh, he just teleported. Oh, okay. So he teleports away, and then these are, I guess, spawners? So do I have to do the charge punch on it? Oh god, now there's enough enemies, the frame rate's tanking. But this music, it's ominous. It sounds evil or whatever, but it's not high tempo, it's not epic sounding. It's ominous. So this should be like the lead up to the fight. And then the fight itself would cut to, you know, more frenetic sounding music. Sort of like, oh, I don't know, in Ocarina of Time. While you're climbing the castle, there's the ominous organ music. And then when you actually fight Ganondorf, it gets very chaotic. And it's in that crazy time signature, it's like 2313 or something like that. It's madness. Something like that. Oh, and oh, I get it. We're gonna go through each enemy type, getting progressively more difficult, because that was the generic bandits. This is the slightly tougher guys. Die, potatoes. Luckily they drop healing items, so there's at least some mercy there. Yeah, this seems like it's a good spot to have used a bunch of potions, because at least they're area effect. I really should have bought some more. I didn't realize we were heading straight to the end of the game. Because I was just talking about how the game world felt kind of weirdly small. And like, I guess we're at the end of the game now. Also, I should have left that food there. Well, no, I guess it despawns quickly. It wouldn't have mattered. So I guess next will probably be the guys in plate armor. And then it might be the skeletons. If I have to fight fucking minotaurs, I'm probably gonna eat this cartridge. Alright, what's next? Oh, okay, these guys. I think these are the guys on the way to Santa Monica's. The frame rate's not helping, though. Okay, now plate armor? No. Well, there's more enemy types than I thought, I guess. Even though they're all really just palette swaps, of course. Because they all use the same moves. Like, they all have identical animations. It is just they're wearing different clothes. Yeah, as long as you keep moving around, they can't really draw a bead on you. And, sort of just annihilate them. Oh, God. Okay. I guess we don't have to go through every enemy type, then. I was expecting more crap. But we do have to deal with a bunch of this shit at once. Oh, God, no. So I'm guessing the ones that flash red when I hit them are the fake ones, because 2 of them do and one of them doesn't, so... You know what? Let's try a potion. I think right is lightning. Let's try that one. I'm gonna get a little bit of space, because I don't think it activates instantly. Upright. Ooh, actually it activates very quickly. And seems to have done a fair bit of damage. Well, it at least knocked them down. This isn't very epic. They seem to have substituted epic for just giving him tons of health. Which is not my idea of it, but... Oh, good God, the frame rate. Oh, dear God, the frame rate. Yeah, I think I need to be facing some other way. Or just closer to the walls so it's rendering less of the whole room. I don't know really what would help here. Okay, the fire one takes a little too long to go off. They got some good hits in there, just while the effect was not quite happening yet. The lightning one seems to happen almost instantly. Oh man, do you think you guys could have done something about the frame rate in the fucking final boss? Like, of all the places it's important. And now I'm totally stun-locked. Fucking love the stun lock, by the way. Once they land a hit, they're pretty much guaranteed to land several, because you just stand there going, and your reaction animations just leave you completely open. And the time it takes me to throw that is more than the time it takes to die, which I knew is exactly what was going to happen, but I was going to give it a shot. So yeah, this is going to be a big annoying pain in the ass, again, just like the Minotaurs, purely because of the frame rate. Also, I can't help but notice I'm going to have to do the entire fucking bullshit with the gems and the dragon again. Nice. Oh shit, our game's not very big. Let's just pad it by putting the save points really far apart. Why, that's genius! So what I'm actually going to do is once I've done these medallions, I'm actually going to go save again. You know what? I am going to buy a bunch of potions, because fuck it. Just not fire ones, because it takes too long to go off. Oh shit, I don't have the medallion. Oh god. I saved before I went all the way to Alpsius. Alright, dickbag. Just give me the fucking medallion. Yeah, shut up. So, I'm gonna go back, gonna buy a bunch of potions. But it's gonna take a long time, because I can't buy more than one of a thing at once. Sure, that's probably enough. I have some money left, but whatever. Now I just need to fuck around in Olympus, fuck around with the gems, and fight the fucking dragon. Good news is the dragon is... even calling it trivial is being a bit generous. It's... oh, that's the wrong door. It's also kind of... another contributing to the dullness here is that it's a shame one of the areas we keep coming back to, like the hub area of the game, Thrace there, we keep coming back to Thrace and it's the place from which we access all the other areas, is completely empty. Like there's no people in it. It's boarded up and abandoned. So that makes, for a hub area, that makes it really fucking boring that there is nothing there. Let's go slay that dragon, because it's so fucking exciting. Oh wait, I can't, because she can't kick blocks. So back to Herc, kick the fucking block. There we go. And now I can switch back to her, and we're good. And now I get to futz about with these gems for no good reason. Alright, yay, we finally get another try at this. See, this first phase of his is incredibly easy. You just rough him up a bit, throw him around. Yeah, piece of cake. Then he disappears, and we do this crap. And this crap isn't particularly difficult either, because every enemy drops a healing item. But I want to get them all bunched together. Because then my punches can hit more than one at a time. Again, as always, the only issue is the camera and the frame rate. Neither of which is my fault, by the way. Which is precisely why that feels unfair. God, see, I'm trying to keep the camera facing the back wall. Because the back wall runs a little bit better. But then the camera just sort of decides to flip around sometimes, even when you have it supposedly locked. Like that, I had it locked and it just turned around. I don't know why. It's going much worse than last time. I think because I'm pissed off, which you may have picked up on. I'm very tired of this crap. Alright. Now he comes back and he splits up. Alright. Let's do some lightning. Let's do some more lightning. I don't actually know how much damage that's doing. Although it looks like it actually did none. Oh, does the lightning just knock them down, but not hurt? That's a big old pile of dicks, then. Sure would be nice if the camera showed what was happening. I didn't actually want to grab him, but whatever. I don't want to grab, because it just gives them an opening. Oh my god. Well, that's useless and stupid. That would only be useful if I had one enemy, but if I had one enemy, I wouldn't need to use a potion. Oh dear god, this is boring and tedious. Earth. Does it do fucking anything? No, not really. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use ice. And instead of attacking them... Oh, it didn't work. Oh, fuck. Oh, it worked on two of them. Well, I was gonna say, instead of attacking him, I was gonna use it to buy me some time to open barrels, but that's clearly not gonna work. Did that get all three? It did. If only I could throw barrels slightly faster than a geriatric person could. Go, 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 go. Fuck! It's weird how there was actually a brief period of time where I was kind of enjoying this game. And then the developers took it as a challenge to make me despise their game. Which is actually not a very good idea. If you're a game developer, don't do that. It's very stupid. Oh, it didn't work on all of them. Of course it didn't. Not that I would know, because the camera doesn't fucking show them. Yeah. You know what? Fuck this game. I straight up don't actually care. I was not expecting the game to end in a glorious, exciting final boss conclusion. I mean, every other boss has been kind of dog shit. So even though I was kind of expecting the game to whimper to a close, it has still utterly and completely underwhelmed me. I'm not actually gonna give up, but I'm gonna stop recording and give that another shot. All right, I have him very nearly dead. It's only one more try. I haven't failed again yet. But of course I did have to redo all of Olympus and the dragon. Fight his first form. His first form I can easily get through without getting hit. It's a piece of cake. Because fighting one enemy in this game is always easy. As long as you move around, they can't hit you. The second phase is also easy because it's just groups of enemies, but you can just kind of mash buttons to get through them, and they hit you a bunch, but they all drop healing items, so it's not a big deal. Got through that phase with full health. It's just his second phase where there's 3 of them that's a pain in the ass, because they have a staggering amount of health, but I have him, the real one, down to like 2 or 3 pixels. And I am absolutely filled with a seething rage. And I'm trying to. I'm trying really hard not to be mad because that's annoying. So I apologize in advance if I lash out at this game, but it has made me extremely angry. Because yeah, this whole thing is so fucking annoying. With how hard they are to hit, with how hard it is to move around. When the game's running at about 8 frames per second, I mean, it's literally dropping into the single digits. It's so important. Your maneuvering here is so important because when you're fighting 3 enemies, if they surround you at all, you just get hung up on their hitboxes and then you can't move around. So you have to be really, really careful about your positioning and making sure you're standing in the right spot, making sure you're moving a lot. And at single digit frame rates, that's nearly impossible. And that makes me really fucking angry because it's not my fault the frame rate sucks. And yet I'm the one that has to pay the price for it, and that's incredibly unfair. But I have him very nearly dead. I have used a few of my freezing potions to freeze them in place long enough to break open a barrel. There is only enough time to break open 1 barrel. I've done that a few times. I don't think I have any freeze potions left. I might have 1 more. Lightning seems to do no damage at all. It knocks them over, but I can't. If it does damage, it's so little I can't tell. It doesn't move their health bars at all. I think the only purpose of the lightning potion is to knock them down, which is pointless because it doesn't even daze them. If it dazed them, it would give me an opportunity to pick up the real one and throw him. Although since the camera's moving all over the fucking place, I wouldn't be able to keep track of which one is the real one anyway. The only way I can tell is that he flashes white, where the others flash red, but that's only when I'm punching him. If I use a lightning potion, I have no clue which one's real. So even if it dazed him, I wouldn't know which one to pick up and throw, but it doesn't even do that. It just knocks them over and they get up and it doesn't seem to do anything. So I'm annoyed I bought mostly those. Because I knew it activated instantly, but it doesn't seem to do any damage. But anyway, I'm about to unpause. It has now been long enough since I paused, because I got up and walked around a bit so I could calm down a little. So I actually can't remember exactly where they are. So it's possible I'm gonna get hit as soon as I unpause. Let's find out. Ooh, very nearly. Okay, as you can see that health bar, he's got like 1 pixel left. So that's not bad. And no, I don't have any freeze potions left. Okay. Well, yep, okay, which one's the real guy? Not him, okay, that's the real one, all right. Die, potato. I'm so sick of this, just fuck off and die! I'm sorry, Ares, but the kingdom is yours no longer. One day, Hercules, one day vengeance shall be mine. I don't know why I made him sound so raspy, I guess because he's dying. Perhaps, but not today, dear brother. Not today. That boss fight was fucking bullshit. And I was terrified there was going to be a 3rd phase. I am so glad there isn't. Rising from his knees, the spent Hercules stumbled toward the crystal that held the captive form of Zeus within it. Lifting it off its stand, Hercules lifted it high above his head and shrieked at the top of his lungs, "I have the power." He smashed it on the stone floor, sending thousands of glass shards flying. They all embedded themselves deeply into his flesh, and he bled out and died. A cloud of smoke erupted from the broken orb. When the mist cleared, Zeus materialized before Hercules. "Son," Zeus said, and a look of gratitude spread on his face. "Father," Hercules replied. "What happened?" Zeus recounted the tale of how Ares imprisoned him in the glass orb. Well, I could have ascertained that from the fact that he came out of it, and how helpless he felt while trapped within the orb. "Well, I'm glad that's over, father. Ha ha ha. Me too, son. Me too." And so peace was restored to the land, the people rejoiced, and Hercules set off on another adventure. Hopefully more exciting than this one, because this one whimpered out in a very embarrassing fashion. Perhaps he'll visit your village someday. And then the game just hard cuts to credits. Okay. Man, I'm not sure how to feel about this one. On the one hand, I actually was kind of enjoying it up front. I mean, it never was really amazing me, but at least early on, I was having a modest amount of fun just like running around punching things. It is kind of amusing. Hi, Kiba. It never managed to be particularly compelling. It never managed to get to a point where I was like, man, I want to see where this is going. It never really grabbed me, but there was a span of time where I was having enough fun running around punching stuff, and the dialogue from the villagers is it's sort of weirdly humorous. It's not written dead seriously, and so there were some goofy lines from some characters, and that I found that very entertaining. I think where it took a turn for me was the minotaurs. The bosses in this game are just atrocious, and especially because the second and third ones got more difficult. The second one, because you had the time-sensitive thing of having to throw them in the lava for the brief window that's available, and I got hosed there because the lava suddenly stops doing damage as soon as it starts draining, even if it's still mostly full, which makes, of course, no sense at all. And then the third one was annoying because there were so many smoke effects all the way around the circular arena that there was nowhere you could stand to make the frame rate any better. And I just got lucky that the Minotaur fell through the map and I didn't have to finish him off. So those fights were incredibly obnoxious. The dragon was a non-fight because it was ridiculously easy. And then the final boss really just made me incredibly angry. Part of that is simply because I don't get another try at him because there's no checkpoint before the boss. I had to do a bunch of crap before him again. So the bosses consistently were the weak point of the game. Oh, the Titan, I forgot about that one. Yeah, the Titan wasn't too bad. He didn't make me angry, but he was a bit dull, mostly because we had to shoot each of the targets more than once. I think if you only had to shoot the targets once, I could have tolerated that one. At least it was different. At least I wasn't just punching him, but absolutely nothing here was brilliant. It looked pretty good. Graphically, it's not too bad. The environments look pretty decent for N64, and the character models actually look flat out good for N64. So like on a graphical level, there's some nice particle effects too. On a graphical level, oh, and the animation was solid. So on a graphical level, a visual level, very solid for its time. The other big issue was the audio. The audio was really quite bad too. The music was fine. I don't really have anything to say about the music. Some of the more jaunty stuff I actually kind of liked. There was some melodically pleasing enough stuff. None of the music annoyed me. None of the music was bad. I think it was all consistently pretty good, but that also makes it a little bit unremarkable. If it was terrible, I think I'd have more to say. The issue was the sound effects. The sound effects themselves are typical of the era, terrible. I mean, basically, most games had terrible audio when this was made. Lots of stock sound effects, stock punches. I particularly like that stock punch, though. It's funny, which was contributing to how fun it was to punch stuff early on, was that cheesy sound effect. So I'm okay with that. But the issue was the panning. The panning is completely wrong at all times because, as I discovered fairly early on, it was in the first area I discovered it, in the tutorial area. It seems to pan the audio based on like the center point of the cell you're in. So as the camera rotates around, the sound effects all pan to the side that's oriented in the direction of the center of the cell, which has no bearing whatsoever on where the sound is actually coming from. Because like when it's your own footsteps, you're on screen. Why is it coming from hard to the sides, you know? But then like, it's only the Foley sounds, combat sounds, footsteps, enemy noises, stuff that moves around was all totally fucked up. But sounds that were fixed in the environment, like waterfalls and fountains, those were panned correctly. And if you like went into first person and panned the camera back and forth, they would be in the correct location. So I don't know why all the combat and movement sounds are so fucked when those weren't. I mean, I've played some games with some fucked up audio on this channel. Seek and Destroy was horribly blown out. Like it was way too loud and it's just blown out and clipped at all times, as was Red Faction. Disaster Report's audio was shockingly bad in a simplistic way where like the sound effects were super low quality and ugly, and a lot of things didn't even make sound effects. There were huge swaths of literally no sound except shitty footstep clicks, where it was like negative infinity, like literally no sound except your footsteps, like no ambience, no wind. I mean, some areas had wind, but it's like Disaster Report's audio was so bad I was impressed. And Quest 64's audio was full of clicks, just loaded with clicks, from the music samples not starting and ending at zero crossings. But I've never played a game before, except this one, where all the sound effects were just panned objectively wrong at all times. Again, so bad it's impressive in a way. I don't even know how you fuck that up. And it also made the fights more annoying because you couldn't rely on the location of their sound effects to tell you where they were, which you kind of needed because the camera was fucking dog shit and there was no way to lock on to enemies to make the camera actually continually face them. So the fallback there would be to use the audio to determine where they are, and you can't because the panning is always fucking wrong. I don't know, man. The interesting thing here is I just recently played through Ocarina of Time again, and it's kind of why I mentioned it a lot, because I've played Ocarina of Time 100 times. I've played it since I was very young. I've played it 100 times. I know it very well, but it had actually been quite a while since I had actually sat down and played it start to finish. I've played bits of it here and there recently, because especially when I need to record a piece of it to cut into one of my videos, which I do frequently. Like I cut in bits of it. I did the sound montage of how much better its audio is in Quest 64, so, you know, stuff like that. But in terms of actually just sitting down and playing it from start to finish, I probably hadn't done that in like, I don't know, 7 years maybe? It had been a while. I finished it just a few days ago, and God damn, that game holds up. Like, holy shit. And make no mistake, it's dated. It's very dated. But in a direct comparison to its contemporaries, it absolutely fucking curb stomps almost all of them. And the more of its contemporaries I play, the more impressive it becomes, because the clearer a picture I get of just how far beyond them it is. And this game here is a beautiful example of that, because holy crap, this does not hold up to Ocarina of Time. Now that's, I want to mention, I knew almost nothing about this game going into it, but one of the things I do recall is I have seen this compared to Zelda a number of times, especially critics of the time, of the period that this game was released. A lot of critics compared it to Zelda, unfavorably, of course, and I kind of disagree. I don't actually see this game as really that similar to Zelda. It's not like the overall layout or progression is a straight up, it's not a clone of Zelda by any means. It could be way closer to Ocarina of Time. So I kind of reject the notion that it's trying to be that, but the comparison is still worthwhile because it is the same time period, it's a little newer, and it is the same hardware. And the problem there is that, like I just said, in a direct comparison to Zelda, this game gets absolutely fucking curb stomped into dust. But I think that's part of what makes the experience valuable, and that's actually part of why I have such a fascination with games that aren't amazing, that are either middle of the road or divisive. And because when you play a game like this, and it's okay, I had enough fun. I don't regret playing this. It was mildly amusing. The bosses were obnoxious, but hey, it was an interesting experience and I mostly enjoyed it on some fairly low level. But what makes that experience very valuable is that for every one of these I play, for every one of these games where I go, it's okay, I guess, it makes me appreciate that much more deeply just how special the truly good ones are, because it doesn't happen every time. Because usually you get something like this and you go, I guess it was okay. And that really makes the Ocarina of Times and the Halos and, you know, the truly great stuff that much more special.